Friends, we back with a JasonBlaha video. We're gonna react to the gym lifting, recruiting fitness gear slaves ridiculous video. So JasonBlaha says modern bodybuilding training only works due to all the drugs. It doesn't work then. What's the point of doing it? All right.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, representing JasonBlaha Strength and Fitness, and I'm just gonna upset some people and say it. The only reason modern bodybuilding training is making anyone really big is because of the drugs. That's it.
So that's the only reason why people are getting big due to modern bodybuilding. That's why Blaha's not getting big, right? Is that it? Is this the excuse? Is that what he's saying? Because steroids? He needs steroids to get big? Oh my God. Then how come he's not getting big? He's taking steroids, isn't he? Look at Blaha. It's just shell of a man. Have you seen the new Solar Youth video? I gotta play that. I think I gotta play this because I know Blaha is gonna watch this video. I gotta play it for Blaha. All right, guys. So this is the new Solar Youth video. I wanna play it for you because it's great, dude.
And so many people just wanted to eat.
This is for Blaha as well.
Easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. So what they start to do is they build this narrative of it's okay. When the narrative should be, you need to fucking work harder. You need to fucking discipline your mind better. So every day you should be getting after it. Yeah. We look at determination, self-discipline. We look at hard work.
Every day you should get out and do. Yeah, discipline. Right there. Discipline, bro.
We look at determination, self-discipline. We look at hard work. All these terms, almost like we dread them. It was like a fucking punishment. In life, a lot of us work our fucking ass.
It's like a punishment.
Trying to get to a better place.
When in life we work our ass off trying to get to a better place. That's like Blaha.
A place that makes us feel better about ourselves. A place that makes us feel better about ourselves.
That's the life. Now that's the life. See that? I love that life. That's true. Nobody cares if you run. Nobody cares if you lift. Nobody cares what you do. They really don't. You're just torturing yourself for no reason. Look at this guy. He was disciplined, eh? It stresses you and ages you. That's the truth. That's all it really does. Let's go have fun, baby. What you hate. We only have so much time on this earth. It's true. I can tell you this much. If you're a periodic lifter, I can understand, you know, here and there, whatever, okay? You're trying to gain some myofibular growth, something maybe even for sports. But if you're a frequent lifter like Blaha, it's going to sap your energy. All your life is going to be there lifting weights. You're going to imprison yourself like him. He's a lifting slave. Blaha has imprisoned himself. He is a lifting slave.
Tell me.
That's the truth, man.
I couldn't. They're just thoughts. They don't mean anything. Where did you find these?
I found them in those little shells.
Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you.
Score up to 60% off at Michael's lowest.
See, that was a great video, wasn't it? Now look at Blaha.
The only reason modern bodybuilding training is making anyone really big is because of the drugs.
Yeah.
That's it. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. And if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. And I mean, really, you just have to go look at various
It's just a slave.
athletes in different sports. Go and look at older school dudes. All the dudes who were there before.
Oh, the dude. So why lift at all? Why bother lifting?
The drugs and stuff existed, totally different type of physique, but they were all still jacked. You see all these athletes who, and people say, yeah, but a lot of these athletes are on stuff, but they're not on the amount of stuff guys are using. We need to be clear on that. So when these topics come up and people bring up CrossFitters and boxers and everyone else, and they say really stupid stuff like they're juiced to the gills,
Okay.
that's insane. They're not. They can't be. They can't do the stuff they do and do that. It's impossible.
What are you talking about? They're juiced to the gills.
And I'm saying that because people who are saying this clearly don't know anything about drugs. They have no.
I know enough about it. Hung around people that were doing it. Believe me, they were hardcore. Did a lot of stuff back in the day.
Experience with anabolics. And I'm not saying they're not all on a little bit of stuff, they are. But that tends to go hand in hand with sports in general. But if anyone really and truly thinks any of these guys are using 1,000 milligrams of anabolics a week or something like that, whereas in the bodybuilding you're following an influencer using 3, 4, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 a week, pretty normal. A lot of these bodybuilders you're following, that's pretty normal. So, but anyone thinks these guys are doing that, sorry, you're delusional. You clearly have never done anything athletic in your life while trying to do that, or you would already know it's impossible, right? Everyone out there already knows exactly what I'm saying from that world. They're like, yeah, dude, you're not doing that.
Look how delusional this guy is jumping on a box.
You're not going for a run.
It's crazy.
You're not going to do boatloads of gear and go for a run. You're not going to do it. You're going to do a bunch of really high volume.
Yahoo! Haha, it's Blaha. It's Dr. Evil.
Stuff. And I think people need to realize.
Yeah.
That's.
He looks so funny, man. Look at his moves. They're drooping. They're drooping there, the moves.
Where I'm going to segue with this. Why do you think machines and stuff are so popular for all the volume for all these bodybuilders?
I don't know. Why are they popular, Blah? Please do tell us.
When you guys ever tried to use a bunch of Tren and orals and actually do anything athletic? Can you imagine trying to do any significant amount of standing barbell work? Can you even imagine doing much of it?
What are you talking about? They use steroids in sports, man, but they're using specific ones. They're using like androgenic drugs, more on the anabolic side than androgenic, like Anavar and Winstrol, Primo, a bunch of other stuff too, Deca, stuff that doesn't get you majorly pumped up, especially if you're eating carbs. Carbs like Sustanon 250 or something, or I don't know, Anadrol 50, D-ball, whatever. These crazy drugs that people use that just fill you up with water, pump you up.
It's the drugs. They can't do it. The back pumps, the back cramps, the side effects, the lack of cardiovascular ability from all these bodybuilders, they literally can't train that way. Okay?
Lack of cardiovascular.
Said Ronnie Coleman did the heavy 4 reps, heavy doubles. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
That's what we said there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
These guys are not doing a bunch of athletic stuff. They can't. Most of them can't. The drugs literally prevent it. So they do all this other goofball training, and then it gets popularized. And then you see all the evidence-based guys, well, we're over here, tension. We're just doing all this stuff on machines.
Popularized.
But then the ones who aren't on gear are still tiny. They're not getting results. right? How many of them out there do we see of these
yeah.
evidence-based guys who really try to train like this, ultra high volumes, mostly machines, trying to isolate everything,
I don't know how many.
who still have like no size at all?
And they have no size at all. People trying to train these machines, everything, whatever. Are these the guys on steroids or not? Blaha. Ones without, right? I don't know, man. So what's the point of everybody lifting? Why are you going to the gym, okay? Why are you going there, dude? Why are you wasting your time? Just watch channels. Listen to me. Don't be a slave. Watch Solar Youth. Watch these other channels. And guess what? Your life is going to be so much better. If you want your life to be easier and stop making it harder, then stop doing these things like Blaha. See what I mean? These are bad influences. He's a bad influence on people. His slave food diet is crazy slave food lifting here in this crazy garage.
And I don't need anyone saying, oh, well, you don't have size either. No, they're like a third of my size.
Look at me. I'm built, and I don't lift. You understand the difference? I still look young. I still have my hair. I don't look like I've deteriorated faster than I've aged. Thank God. And I'm just getting better all the time because I'm back on a natural diet. And the fact is, I don't lift. I do periodically, but I take long periods away from the gym, bro. Yeah, it's not like you have to go there. You don't have to do anything. Do what you like to do, what you love to do. If you don't love to go, don't go. If you love to go, then go. See what I mean? But do it because you love it, not because you don't. See what I mean? But if you do it, I always say, hey, go all out. You know, try to get what you want out of it. Go all out or don't waste your time. A lot of people waste their time, man. They don't go all out. They just pretend. They're pretending like Blaha. He's pretend bodybuilding.
Right? So if I don't have any size, then you're proving my point. So you look at all these guys you're talking about. So if I'm not big, then you just proved my point because they're not in my line.
Nobody cares in this planet whether you're big or not. They don't care. They care more about themselves. Believe me, they don't care. Now, the only time people care is if you're better looking than they are. They look over at you if you're like the same age and they're deteriorating faster than they're aging and then they're regenerating and you're regenerating faster than you're aging and you look young, then they care. That is the only time they care because they're jealous. Because you ask them, why are you so jealous? Because they care. They wouldn't be so jealous if they didn't care. You understand the difference, people? Yeah. So that's totally different. Nobody cares about Blaha because nobody's jealous of him.
And I'm an old man. Just
See, he's an old man. There's nothing to be jealous. I love how he keeps emphasizing he's an old man. If you keep emphasizing you're an old man, then you will be, because that's his goal, to be an old man, to look like an old man. That's not my goal, bro. Get it? If that's not your goal, then what is your goal? Oh, you want to be young, right? Okay, so then you need to focus on that fucking goal to be young. Get it? It isn't lifting in a gym. Consistently. I'm not saying you can't live periodically for regenerative purposes like science says. Now, I eat for regenerative purposes. When I eat, it's because I'm regenerating. I'm regenerating faster than I'm deteriorating. That's the difference. Now, majority of people out there are deteriorating faster than they're aging because they can't stop eating the slave food diet, okay? Peasant slave food diet, and they can't stop stressing the shit out of themselves in either some crazy ass job they're stuck in, physical crazy ass job, or going on top of it, they're going to the gym to stress themselves even more. And I know people like that, believe me. I knew construction workers, they go to the gym after they worked a hard day on a physical labor job, man. That's just crazy.
kind of throwing that out there. See, a lot of them, they're tiny. They're tiny, they're weak. Because this training doesn't work without drugs. It doesn't work.
They're tiny and they're weak. Their training doesn't work without drugs because they're not eating, maybe? Okay.
And realistically, no one ever had a problem getting really big doing athletic training. Okay, let's be realistic. The average guy out there would probably reach his maximum drug-free muscular potential, not doing any current modern bodybuilding techniques at all. Literally just doing stuff like body weight, weighted body weight exercise.
Those things, they don't build your body, people. They break proteins down. You understand me? You're already in negative nitrogen balance as it is. The majority of people out there, 99%, man, okay? So don't be the percent that's going to drive themselves into the ground, like Blaha. He's crazy, man. Lifting weights deteriorates you faster than you're regenerating, because he's not regenerating. He doesn't eat. And this accelerates it because it's a window for protein breakdown every time you lift.
Is some heavy barbell work, dips, pull-ups.
You are in negative nitrogen balance.
Squats, and athletic stuff, just conditioning work, GPP, sprinting, jumping,
whatever,
sled work.
Yeah, sled work, jumping, sprinting, that JPP. All those things open windows for protein breakdown. All of them will deteriorate you faster than you can regenerate.
Right? Weighted carries, stuff you see CrossFitters and other people doing who don't know what GBP and things are, right? The average guy would reach 100% of his possible drug-free size doing that.
Yeah.
They don't have to train with any of this bodybuilding stuff, because the point is, there's no need for it. And even their own evidence suggests that. And a lot of them don't.
There's no need for it. He doesn't even know what bodybuilding is, what it's about. It's about regenerating muscle. That's all it is. Building myofibrillar growth. It has nothing to do with being an endurance athlete, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, glycogen loading. Man, wow, God, my God, man.
Want to admit that. When they pull up and do these studies, when they say, well, tension is tension, yeah, so that means a back squat works. If tension is tension, and that's what their studies always show, well, it turns out compound and isolation movements in the primary movers of the compound causes just as much muscle. Okay, except that you're doing a lot more work.
The compound movements cause just about as much muscle. He just said you can't build muscle without steroids, and it causes just about as much muscle. Hey, they don't cause muscle, bro. Get it? They don't build muscle. They fucking break muscle down. You fools. That's why Blaha says you can't get big without steroids, because none of you eat food, and you're going too often to the gym, breaking your body down instead of building it up.
Per exercise, you're training like 3, 4, 5 muscles. Okay?
Yeah.
But their own data shows it's just as good, but it gets a lot more done. So it actually, what their own data, these people literally shows of even these evidence-based people,
yeah,
you don't have to have any of the machines or the isolation. You don't have to have any of it to maximize muscle growth. Really? And I'm not saying you can't do it.
Oh my God, here he is pushing the sled, yeah.
But you don't need it. But then we come to all the other stuff.
Go figure, man. He's crazy. It's Blaha for you.
Why do bodybuilders train that? Why do all these bodybuilders train this way? And everyone's like, oh yeah, because we want to isolate these muscles, but we know that that doesn't matter. Why?
That's not how they train. They do deadlifting, they do isolation, they do calisthenics. Bodybuilders, that's what they do. They do all of those things. But those things, what they do is they break your body down. So us bodybuilders, we want to stay in positive nitrogen balance all the time. So before we come in the gym, we eat a lot of protein before we work out. And after we work out, we eat a lot of protein. And then we only do it once a week. We don't come into the gym often. We're not lifting slaves. We're bodybuilders. We're not gym lifting slaves, bro.
Are they really training that way? Because they can't train like an athlete with the amount of drugs they use. They can't do the athletic stuff. They can't do a bunch of stuff moving their body through space. They're not pushing a sled down the street. They're not doing an AMRAP on back squats. Have you lost your mind?
They don't have to do any of that shit on steroids. It's cosmetic. It's fake. The look is fake, man. It's just a bunch of water sucked up in there. If you didn't eat before, what did you expect now? You're on steroids. You're not eating. You're lifting weights, and all of a sudden you're growing, right? Yeah. It's going to magically build muscles. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
okay? They can't even breathe.
Yeah, well, don't eat carbohydrates on steroids and you'll be able to breathe.
Right? They can't even breathe. How are they going to do this stuff?
Yeah.
That's why this training has evolved. I think people need to literally understand that. It evolved by necessity. It evolved because of the amount of drugs guys do. They literally can't go do a lot of this other type of training. They can't do the more athletic training, stuff that works the whole body and gets you conditioned at the same time. They'll die in the middle of trying to do it. They'll spasm all over the floor, and the back cramps and the hamstring cramps from the drug
He's looking really puffy again, isn't he? He's getting puffy again.
side effects. They're full of so much oil and site enhancement they can't move.
He's probably disappearing to the point where he said to himself, fuck, I better start eating more carbs. Huh.
Let alone load some of these tissues that way, right? Look how many of them there have to be wrapped up from head to toe to even lift any weight. Look how many of even these pro bodybuilders.
I don't know how many.
They can't even move.
Okay.
Okay, they have to wear elbow wraps to do triceps and pressing.
Yeah.
Wow. Knee wraps to do machine stuff. Because their whole body is destroyed. And the side effects and all the site injection and everything else. Okay, this whole training style that everyone's following is evolved purely as out of necessity because of the side effects of all the drugs. That's it.
Okay.
And then you got natural dudes trying to imitate it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was it for that video. Anyways, tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Blaha, man, it's just ridiculous. It's all over the place. It looks like he's recycling this shit anyways.